sarpanch. But what is the problem? Problem is our cultural beliefs. Everybody speaks about empowerment. But if the lady comes out, everybody's eyebrows goes up. The cost of treatment, we have to bring it down. Till now, good treatment costs much more in comparison to our GDP. The women are so much preoccupied with other responsibilities that they usually neglect their own health. And because of lack of awareness, because of lack of education, and because of lack of family support, they even fear to visit doctors and clinics. You have to explain about the treatment to them. If a word surgery comes in between while explaining her health problem, the lady may run away from the clinic. That part, as a civilized society, we have to see. We have to make them educated. We have to make them aware about their own health. Gender inequality is a century-long problem. Gradually, because of the activities of the NGOs, because of the interest of the government, trying to bring them up. We are trying to equal them with their counterparts. When there is a problem at home, even if she is not the problem, if she is not the cause, she is worried. If she is the cause, she is worried. If the problem has to be addressed, she is worried. If the problem is not addressed, she is worried. So, problem everybody brings and expect the lady in the family to solve. With all these things, she is really neglected in the family. So we have to take care of them. As I am showing in my slide, the care is not for a small period. It's from a period when they are nourished and before they perish. The whole period has to be given sufficient importance to care them, to support them, to encourage them. That is, when they are in utero until their postmenopausal period. Female feticide is still a problem where we are telling we are in a civilized society. Gender inequality is strongly marked in family and in educational institutes also during their school period. During the reproductive age, as a daughter-in-law, she feeds herself last. She has to take care of everything. Then also she is blamed. This is our society. And by the time she becomes senior, she is old. And grandchildren starts laughing at her. You are outdated, mama, and you do not know anything. This is all virtual and digital world. This is the society. So, if we really respect our mother or grandmother, or daughter or daughter-in-law, we should address all these things. Start respecting them in their school, in their workplace, in the family. Then only the women empowerment can be achieved. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Yes.
Okay. So, whether it is infants and childhood, whether it is adolescence, whether it is reproductive years or post-reproductive years, these are the problems they face as a lady. Gender violence, occupational and environmental health hazard, depression continues throughout their life. Coming to reproductive years, unplanned pregnancy, sexually transmitted infections, unsafe abortion are the major cause of the concern. During adolescence, yesterday the speaker must have highlighted on the problems of adolescent girls. But these are few things we should seriously take up. 1.1 million adolescents between age 10 to 19 in 2016 died mostly from preventable and treatable causes. Can't we avoid road traffic injuries? Can't we avoid sexually transmitted infections? Can't we avoid diarrheal diseases? It's the same. We cannot tell that we are residing in a civilized society. Half of the mental health disorders start by age 14. We ignore because we are not much concerned about our daughters. Globally, there are 44 births per 1,000 to girls aged between 15 to 19. Means underage girls still marry and they give birth to their babies, which is a crime. Everybody knows, but we are failing to address. Laws are there, we fail to execute. And the main crime, when one underage girl is marrying, the crime is committed by the parents. Parents should understand, if their daughter marry at proper age, she can take care of her and the next generation. Unless until we understand as parents, we cannot give justice to our women in the society. I've already told about injuries and mental health. But the mental health, if it is to be addressed, we have to avoid violence against women. The poverty, the humiliation, and feeling devalued in the society are the main causes of depression leading to suicide. And violence, you'll be surprised to know, 1 out of 3 girls are victim of physical, emotional, or sexual violence in their lifetime. And maximum time you will find it is done by their partner. Before marriage or after marriage. And sexually transmitted infections still prevalent. The so-called educated girls from sexually transmitted infections. Asking for a barrier contraceptive across the counter is still a stigma. You cannot, as a lady or as a girl, you cannot go to a counter to ask for a barrier contraceptive. Society should come up. Society should help. Early pregnancy and childbirth, I have already told you, is a menace. They cannot take care of themselves. How will they take care of the pregnancy, delivery, and the baby? As healthcare provider, when I see a lady in my antenatal clinic, underage lady, I try to take care of her as much as possible and try to scold their family members as much as possible and in front of others, so that others should be made aware that we should avoid underage marriage. About the nutrition and micronutrient deficiency, I'll tell you, in the family, there is a gender bias. If a son is there, he goes to gym, he takes all the good food, and he even supplements by taking dry fruits, fresh fruits for development of his muscles. But the whole family ignores the girl child. Who is the ultimate tree? Not this fellow, not the boy, not the son. He has to carry the next generation, not the son. So unless until you feed the tree from earlier age, getting good fruits when it grows up will remain as a dream. Unless until physically and mentally the girl child is supported in the family at home, post marriage, giving birth to a healthy grandson or granddaughter can never be achieved as a grandfather or grandmother. So, iron deficiency, even if we are taking good food, still is a problem in India. Around 70% of ladies are iron deficient by WHO standard. So to avoid this nutritional and micronutrient deficiency, vegetables, healthy lifestyle, adequate cereal, and fresh fruits should always be provided to the girl child at home. And aerobic and cardio exercise, which includes walking, jogging, dancing, and swimming, should always be encouraged for the girl child at home. Building up abdominal muscles, building up the tone of the perineal muscles definitely helps in their future reproductive life. In the reproductive age, whether it is family planning, whether it is education and prenatal service, prevention and treatment of infertility, providing good care during abortion and post-abortion period, making them aware about the sexually transmitted disease and their treatment, counseling on sexuality and treatment of sexual dysfunction, for chronic disease and whether it is breast cancer or cervical cancer. All these things have to be addressed during their lifetime. World Health Organization have made Millennium 8 parameters they are referring, and if you find number 3 and number 5, gender inequality should be addressed and women should be empowered. And number 5, which is very, very important, that is improvement of maternal health. And you must be knowing it is whether it is maternal mortality or infant mortality. According to the rate, we decide the nation's health policy and the standard of health services. So coming to family planning and counseling and IEC services, they should have adequate freedom and independence to decide their family, when to plan, how to plan, and the health services provider should give importance to the lady partner during the counseling session. And if the healthcare provider finds the male to be dominating during the conversation or during their communication, intelligently the healthcare provider should counsel the male partner about the importance of women's health. As healthcare provider, we cannot change the society overnight, but the beginning should start from us. About contraceptive method, again, usually the male dominates, but the lady or the lady partner should be free enough, should be given sufficient independence to choose the method of contraception and the period for which she will use the contraceptive. Sometimes the family members interfere and they decide, they plan the family, which should not happen, which should be discouraged. Premarital counseling is yet to happen. In our society, we depend still on Janmpatrika while deciding the partner for our daughter. But I'll suggest, instead of Janmpatrika of the male partner, we should ask for routine investigation reports which will tell that he is disease free. At least as a couple, they will not give birth to a diseased baby. Like if the lady partner is carrying a particular disease as a trait, at least he should marry to a healthy male partner so that the same disease will not be there in the next generation or baby. And pre-pregnancy counseling is there, but the couple should be encouraged. The couple should be encouraged to consult the healthcare provider before planning a family. In the marriage ceremony, everybody should wish the couple best in their future life. But when taking a snap beside them, always tell the lady that before planning for a family, visit a healthcare provider. Take their help, take their advice. You will be safe, your family will be safe. The usual antenatal care, I will not like to elaborately tell on these things, everybody knows. But a country like India, still all the pregnant ladies are not getting proper care. We are still dependent on Anganwadi level of healthcare provision. More and more doctors and more educated staff nurses at least should attend them for their safe delivery and postnatal care. Supplementation of iron and folic acid, and after 16 weeks, supplementation of calcium, everybody knows. But you will still find irregular intake of iron and calcium leads to anemia, calcium deficiency, and when it is followed by breastfeeding, you will again see it is the lady which becomes weak. So iron calcium supplementation is not a prescription, it's a must. As healthcare provider, only prescription is not going to help the lady. As healthcare provider, we should ensure, and in each visit, we should again ask whether she is taking iron calcium regularly or not, whether she is taking balanced diet or not, whether she is taking some extra food, calorie containing extra food or not. Possible, always ask them privately. They may hesitate to share their experience at home or their difficulties in front of their family members. Maternal health is the utmost importance for any country, for any civilized society. The best outcome for both mother and baby will only happen when you take care of the pregnant lady before conceptional time up to the end of breastfeeding. Breastfeeding exclusive breastfeeding, we all tell. Exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months. Till now, only 36% achieved. We are expecting to reach up to 50% of the lactating mother to exclusively breastfeed their babies by 2025. Everybody is working. But the physical and mental support we should provide to a lactating mother is very, very important. And immediate post-birth, the expectation of sufficient milk secretion always remains a problem for the ladies. And who discourage them? It is their family members. Everybody expects after delivery, she'll immediately start secreting enough milk. But the importance of colostrum and the minimum amount of milk secreted during the first 1 or 2 days is sufficient enough to feed the baby. That confidence the lady has to develop herself. And during antenatal period, as healthcare provider, we have to encourage them and we explain them why milk comes in drops during the first 1 or 2, 3 days. Because even if it comes enough milk, then also deglutating or feeding by the baby may appear difficult. So nature has planned in this way that the first 1 or 2 days, the baby starts deglutating or starts deglutating milk in drop like matter. Once the baby is expert enough to suckle, to deglutate or to drink, the nature provides more milk. So during the first 1-2 days, healthcare provider should encourage the mother for suckling. The baby should suckle more and more milk will come. And benefits of breast milk, I am not going to explain, everybody knows. Or prenatally and postnatally, I'll definitely give some importance to Kegels exercise, which a lady should always do. Gradually, we are forgetting the use of Indian pan while defecation every day. We are using European type commode. The regular pelvic exercise and regular abdominal exercise is very, very beneficial for a lady of reproductive age. Nowadays, everybody is figure conscious, but they become figure conscious after their delivery. And ask in the postnatal clinic, my tummy is not like my unmarried day. Become the same. It's a different tummy all total post delivery because of the laxity of the rectus muscle or abdominal wall muscle. if a lady from adolescent period perform good exercise, regular exercise with adequate tone of her abdominal wall muscles, post-delivery, it is somehow controlled. The tummy will not that prominent. And with a prominent tummy post-delivery, the confidence level of a lady, and particularly I will tell a working lady, goes down. She feels uncomfortable in her workplace. So Kegels exercise also helps in the perineal muscles. The tone of perineal muscles, if it is adequate, post-delivery stress incontinence, which is a usual complaint of ladies of reproductive age, is almost controlled. But when the ladies come with the same complaint, and when as healthcare provider we advise, they accept and they do that exercise only after the complaint. But if the exercise they perform before conception and during pregnancy, it definitely helps in controlling their tummy as well as controlling stress incontinence post-delivery. Infertility. Once a subfertile couples approaches as healthcare provider, we should be very, very conscious and we should first investigate and treat the male partner, because even if the problem lies with male, usually the society blames the female. And from adolescence, avoiding unnecessary physical growth or weight, taking good food, balanced food, regular exercise definitely helps in their fertility for ladies. As healthcare provider, when we attend any lady before marriage, always we should advise about their regular exercise, diet, and to avoid overweight. Abortion and post-abortion care, the laws are there, but it should be executed properly. They should be provided enough independence if they want to abort, and proper place and proper personnel should be provided with adequate medication for safe abortion, and the period post-abortion supplementation with iron and calcium. Laws are, but still now there are countries in the world which do not allow the ladies to decide if they want for an abortion. I have shared this particular picture which the ladies have come out on the road after the death of a Indian lady dental surgeon. She bled to death because she was not allowed a safe place for abortion. So only empowerment will not come if independence and decision-making capacity we cannot provide. Prevention and treatment of sexually transmitted disease and reproductive tract infection is also very, very important. Till now, in a society, ladies do not come forward when they have the first symptom. So awareness should be made. The health clinics should be very, very friendly to the ladies so that they can share their problems. And as healthcare provider, we should be very, very compassionate to address their problem, whether it is sexually transmitted infection, bacterial or viral or fungal. HIV screening is happening only when they are getting some other health problem. But HIV screening should be made mandatory for all ladies. And about educating them about sexuality and sexual dysfunction and their reproductive age, it should start from school. Teachers should be trained to teach sexuality and sex-related problems so that the young girls know what is the problem and they can protect themselves before they are being seduced or cheated. So comprehensive sexuality education should be made a part of the curriculum. Screening and treatment of cancers. We know breast cancer is the #1 cancer in the world in women, and cervical cancer is still the #1 cause of death due to cancer in developing world. We can always avoid these two cancers by regular screening and immunization like cervical to the young girls, and that should be given before their marriage or first sexual. HPV health is gradually coming, which will make them independent of healthcare providers. They can take the swab from the vagina by themselves and provide the slide to the laboratory for screening, which will make everybody comfortable, whether it is the lady or a healthcare provider, and load on the health services will be less. Breast cancer screening should be done between 40 to 50, and mammogram should be done at least every 2 years to detect the breast cancer early. And if the lady is sexually active, after 21 years, pap smear should be done every 3 years to detect cancer even during pre-cancerous period. Female genital mutilation is a crime, and in 21st century, we should not think of female genitalia mutilation, and it should be treated as a crime, and whoever it is doing, whether it is a family member or a healthcare provider, they should be punished under the present criminal law. Gender inequality still persists in this developed world. It should be addressed, and unless until we make the women equal to men, I can tell the world is still depending on 50% of the strength. If 100% of the strength is properly utilized, we can see the different world in this 21st century itself. Violence against women, it happens in family, in workplace, in educational institution, and we should avoid this type of violence against women, and sufficient stringent laws should be there to punish anybody who is responsible for violence against women. As healthcare provider, my advice will be lives means listen closely with empathy and without making any judgment when they are speaking their problem. Inquire about their needs and concerns. Validate their experiences. Always try to show you believe them, you understand them, and try to enhance their safety. Only listening or divulging their problem in front of others who are the cause will endanger their life. So enhance and support them to connect with additional services, whether it is social, whether it is legal, whether it is educational, and always try to respect their wishes, what she wants, if she is there to take your advice. Special attention should always be given to high-risk population like refugees, disabled women, and commercial sex workers, because they can be seduced, they can be cheated easily. I'm coming to complete my presentation with postmenopausal problems. Dementia, cognitive decline, which adversely affects the quality of life and independent living. Nuclear family with 1 or 2 children, they are away from their parents for their own professional work. And if she is a single lady, the problem is more. So for making the post-menopausal period comfortable, the lady should take care of herself. And the preventive measures are no smoking, no alcohol, regular exercise. Ladies think they are working at home, but aerobics or regular walking outside helps them in vitamin D production and making their bones stronger. So regular exercise should always be given proper stress during discussion or counseling. Healthy diet, they always compromise on diet. They provide good food to the family members and ultimately they get less and inadequate food. And mental problem, postmenopausal ladies, they suffer a lot. Usually family members do not participate in the discussion or take them into confidence because the younger generation think they are much ahead of their older generation. So they should choose their friends and they should choose which family member is listening to her or them. Make a group and they should discuss so that mental disability, Alzheimer's, other mental problems will be avoided. Regular screening of cancers, because as age progresses, chances of developing different type of cancer is more, so that should be done. And if they have developed some chronic disease, it should be addressed and they should take regular medicines for that particular disease. So Any problem, healthcare providers should be contacted by the women. Sufficient independence and accessibility should be provided to them. They should be explained and make aware about maintaining their weight, which affects their ultimate good health. If weight is more, the health status is going down. They should make aware of that. And regular activity, whether it is physical or mental, should always continue to be their main important lifestyle. Balanced diet is at their hand. Mental health, they should stay with their family and friends. Healthy ways to manage stress by yoga, pranayam, and listening to good oration or reading good books that helps them manage their stress. Good sleeping habit, early to bed, early to rise. Everybody says, but when it comes to actual life, we forget. It is the gold standard. After a light food in the evening, they should go to bed early. No alcohol, no drug. And best part of the advice is always rely on safe sex. So finally, I'll tell, stand with women, protect women's health, protect women's health. If you achieve women's health, you can win the world, and world will be the best place to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable informative talk. I think I request participant, if anybody is having any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask directly to sir. Or if you have any question regarding, you can also put your question in the chat box. I think
Everybody is happy and everybody is healthy. No
Yes.
need of more explanation. And the other speaker must be waiting eagerly to complete his talk. And
yes, sir.
any complaint or any query, all the participants, I'm telling, they can get my mail ID drbasantapati@gmail.com. They can contact me for their clarification. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This is the wonderful session. And sir has elaborated in details about starting from the definition of health to fact and figures of women's health with different barriers and lifetime possible health problems and a woman faced in various stages of life. And also Sarah has highlighted how to care a female from her adolescent to post-menopause period with proper nutrition and its deficiency also. And Sarah has also stressed about the third and fifth Millennium Development Goal, that is the gender inequality, women's empowerment, and to improve the maternal health. Also, Sarah has discussed about the different family planning, importance of proper and timely antenatal care, breastfeeding, and postnatal exercise, and also the safe abortion. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
So without delay, now we should move on to our next session. Now I would like to introduce our next speaker, Professor Dr. Smriti Madam. Currently, ma'am is working as principal of Government College of Nursing, West Bengal. Also act as officer on special duty in nursing and nursing directorate in Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of West Bengal. In addition to that, officer in charge in West Bengal University of Health Science. Madam has completed her post-basic BSc nursing from Technical Seminary, Memorial Hospital, Kolkata, and MSc nursing from Delhi University with specialty midwifery and obstetrical nursing. Also, she has completed her MPhil and PhD in nursing. In her general qualifications, she also completed Bachelor in Education and Master in Philosophy course. Madam has total more than 39 years of experience in West Bengal Government Health Services and played a dynamic role in clinical field as staff nurse, ward in charge, and clinical instructor. Along with that, experience in College of Nursing is about 26 years and played a major role as leader and professor in the field of teaching. Madam has also taught BSc and MSc nursing course at Government College of Nursing, Budwan, West Bengal, and written various books like Maternity Record Book for students and Bengali manual on IUCD with Government of West Bengal, and played a role of State Nodal Officer for IUCD training in West Bengal, trained by Japaigo. In the year 2016, ma'am has worked as chairperson at Central Selection Committee in Nursing, West Bengal BSc Nursing Admission. And she is the ex-member of Swasthya Samiti, Budwan Kalyan Samiti, and Maternal Child Health. She is also involved in various social activities like distribution of clothing to poor and conducting health camp. Madam has also played the various roles as examiner, paper setter, and scrutinizer in different universities of India. In her credit, Madam has conducted and guided more than 30 researches and several publications in various national and international journals. Also, number of qualitative and quantitative research papers has been attended and presented in various conferences, workshops at state, national, and international level. This also holds the professional membership in organizations like Trained Nursing Association of India, Society of Midwifery, Indian Public Health Association, Nursing Research Society of India, Indian Association of Neonatal Nurses, and a member and convener of Board of Studies of BSc and MSc Nursing program. We are honored to have you, Madam, with us to speak on adolescent health and well-being. Welcome you, ma'am, to this platform.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Good morning, one and all. Really, I'm so happy to be here with you all. And that topic, that is the adolescent health. Really, I'm trained from by Japaigo, Delhi, and NIHFW on arts, and as a nodal officer of our state also. And so from various states, we attended the program. And there I have seen that the area which is to be focused. So thanks to the organizer, you have chosen the right topic for the discussion in right time. So let me start my presentation. So would you please share my slides?
Yes,
okay. Okay. They will share. I will start that. Really, when we attended the program in Delhi, that time they told us that we are doctors and nurses from various corner of India. We went to attend that training, TOT, on adolescent health. So there they told us that write down the terminology, that is the vagina, penis, all those things on the board in your local language. And we were so scared. My goodness, how can we write all those things on board? And we just all boys, they are going in front, and we ladies, we are going behind. So I thought that how can we write that the local language here on the board in front of all? Then so just they're telling that just write down in your local language, and any bad language you can use also, doesn't matter. And we were really feeling embarrassed How can we express all those things? Then very nicely they started, yes, that is the point. How a child who is going to be adolescent, how they can tell about their feelings. You are old lady, old man, you are hesitating to write down a simple normal thing on the board. Then think about my adolescents, how they will tell, how they will express their feelings, their problem related to their sexual health, related to their reproductive health. At that moment we realized, yes. And if anybody is telling like that, we think that that person is a bad person because he is using that word. But you think about our adolescent, they are staying in the urban and rural area, wheresoever. Who is there to listen? Who is there to help their health? What is coming in their mind? To whom they can approach? They can tell what should be the strategy. Whether they will suffer, let them suffer, or let some approaches should be there. So I'm telling that really you have rightly chosen that topic. So because we have to take care only, health personnel, we have to have what is going on and what is normal and what is abnormal, so that they will be able to prevent themselves and they will be able to manage their health. So next slide, please. No. No, not this, not this, not this one. So start from the very beginning, please. Okay. So if we tell that what is adolescence, we know from the Latin word, that is the adolescence means to grow into maturity. So maturity means from the childhood to the adulthood. This maturity, this phase of human development, which is encompassing the transition. WHO has told that this is the age period, that is the 10 to 19 years for both sexes, married and unmarried, both people. So that is a 10 to 19 years. That is we call the adolescence period. So if we divide that the adolescent period, that is the 10 to 19 years, we tell early adolescence 10 to 13 years, and we tell middle adolescence 14 to 16 years, and late adolescence 7 to 19 years. Yes, there is a difference between these early, middle, and late. So I will discuss later on. And after that, 15 to 24 years, usually we used to call them youth. And 10 to 24 years people, we used to call them young people. See the breeze between a just canal or river. This side is childhood period, that side is your youth, that means young people. Between this, that is the breeze. Can you see the slide? I don't know whether you are observing my slides or not. So that breeze is the adolescence, where they will remain, this side or that side. They are on the bridge only. So if they are coming to this side, children will tell, no, Dada, you are so big person not to stay here. And everybody will tell, hey, what are you doing with your children? And if you go to the adult persons, they will tell, hey, you are so bacha, you don't come to this side. You are still, you should be there. So where they will go? That is the transitional period where we have to think. Really, they are also thinking that where to go. If we see the stages of adolescent period, early adolescent, we have told that 10 to 13 years. Yes, this is characterized by a spurt of growth and the beginning of sexual maturation. Young people start to think in an abstract way. But if we go to the mid-adolescent period, which is 14 to 16 years, then the main physical changes get completed. And while the individual develops a stronger sense of identity, I am someone, and these feelings are coming, and relates more strongly to his or her peer group, thinking that their thinking become more reflective thinking. And if we go to the late adolescence period, that is the 16 to 19 years, yes, already Govt has told that more than above 18 years means they are grown up. Yes, late adolescence is telling that they are grown up. The body takes its adult form, and while the individual now as a distinct identity and more settled ideas and opinions. I will go just to their growth part. So just overview only, because all we nurses and doctors, we know about their growth period. Just the simple differences. Physical growth, in the puberty comes in early, and secondary sex characteristics in middle, and late physical maturity. If we go to their intellectual or cognition level, then we will see that in early period, their concrete thought dominates here and now, but they are unable to establish understand the cause and effect relationship. So but in middle, just cause and effect relationship are better, and their ideas or thoughts are abstract. But if we go to the late, we'll see that they can easily identify the cause and effect relationship, and their abstract thought are established, and they are moreover future oriented. If we see their autonomy, so that just in the early period, the challenge of authority of family structure, they feel lonely, wide mood, and they're argumentative and disobedient in nature in early period. But in middle period, they conflict with some family, and just predominance due to ambivalence due to the emerging independence. They are trying to think that they are independent. For that reason, some conflicts are coming on. And in late period, whereas I'll see that their emancipation, vocational, technical, they are just going college and really busy with their study. So, and another point, that is the body image. If we go, you will see that in early period, really so many changes are coming, which is new to them. And they are preoccupied with their physical changes and anxiety about their secondary sexual characteristics. So peers are idealized as a standard for normal appearance. Why they are used to tell, why ma'am, why mom, why they have grown up, why my beards are not coming, why I am not growing like that, or like that things. But in middle adolescence, they are less concerned about their physical changes, but their interest on personal, that means personal attractiveness. They usually see the mirror, and always they are fond of just making them attractive to the others. And in late adolescence, really, they are comfortable with their body image. But if we see the identity development, so in the early adolescent period, just they will think, because there are so many changes very rapidly, then they are thinking, am I normal? And their discharge, penile discharge and all those things are coming. They will think something happened to me. I am not at all normal. And what to go? And their just desire for privacy, why it's coming, all those things. Magnify own problems. They will think that no one will understand my problem. Something wrong is going on with me, like that. But if we see the middle adolescent, we'll see that they are enjoying their secondary characteristics, sex characteristics, that they are just experiment. They want to experiment whether every organs are properly working or not. Because during our final year rural experience, I went to one red light area. There I have seen that all school-going boys, they are going to the prostitutes because they want to check whether they want to experiment, whether their sex organs are working properly or not. My goodness, really, you can't imagine what is going on underlying. Just with the school bag behind, they have gone to just experiment whether their all sex organs are working or not, like that. And drugs, frames, job, all risk-taking behaviors. So these are the areas where we have to think what is going on in which period, so that we can provide protection on that. In late adolescence, if we see that pursue the realistic vocational goals or career development, they are busy with that. And not only that, there are establishment of sexual identity, sexual activities more common. So there is no problem now because they have understood. So, and if we go to the sexual growth, we will see that the girls between just 8 to 12 years. Nowadays, previously we used to see that after 12 to 13 years, it used to. But nowadays, you will see from the 8 to 12 years, breast buds are coming. And pubic hairs within 14 years. And growth spurt begins by 10 only. And menarche starting 9 to 16 years. Some just starting from the 8, 9 years also. And underarm hairs, 13 to 16 years, it's coming. But if we see the boys, then we will see that the testicular enlargement by 9 years and pubic hair 10 to 15 years, and larynx, their voice breaking, all those things, and they gain weight. Suddenly they start gaining weight 11 to 16 years, and growth of the facial and body hair, all those things are coming. So these are we have to know that in which period, what kind of physical, sexual, body image, mental, emotional, what is going on, so that as a nurse, as a health professional, we will be able to easily recognize, easily identify in which period what is going on in their mind. So if we see the just our epidemiology, we'll see that the around 16% people 10 to 19 years, and in India 243 million people are adult, and they are usually healthy, but still there is significant death, illness, disease among adolescents, because they can't express their problem to anyone. Everybody will tell them, blame them. So they think that everybody will blame us. For that reason, they are unable to tell. So they are suppressing their problem, and for that reason, it may aggravate the situation. And promoting healthy practices during adolescence and taking steps to better protect young people from the health risks. This is really very much important for the preventive aspect. If we see that the 1.3 million adolescents die mostly all over the world from the preventing causes. And you know it very well now, accidents or RTA injury is one of the most leading cause of the death of adolescents. And another one is suicide. Yeah, suicidal deaths are the second leading cause of death for adolescents. If we see that for globally, 49 births per 1,000 girls between 15 to 19 years. What are we doing? Still, we are getting all those data. Half of all mental health disorders in adulthood start by age 14 only, but most cases are undetected or untreated. Nobody is taking so much concentration. They are not focused. That group is not focused. For that reason, it is lately identified. Complication linked to pregnancy and childbirth are the second cause of death for the girls, because they are not mature. Their uterus is not mature, but they don't know how to prevent pregnancy. Nobody told them during the marriage. Early marriage are going on. So my health worker, they didn't see. And just think about you. How many girls you have told that from the very beginning of your marriage, you have to take, and at the night of your reception only, you have to take out a condom and you have to offer it? No, we really still we are lacking. We are not so smart to tell our children. But when I went to abroad, we have seen that in toilet so many condoms and all those things. So we asked why. This is the adolescent clinic was going on running. So I told her, why you are keeping so many? Because they told that nobody will ask you, because they are feeling that what we will think. So we are keeping in the toilet. So whatever they want, they will take it. And they told that we the learned moms, we are keeping just in our boys or girls school bag the condom or protection OCP. So think they are so much developed. But still here, we can't imagine that I will put condom on my my beta's bag. I can't imagine also. And I will put OCP clip on my bag, in my bag of my daughter. Really, we are not in that developed stage mentally. So so many programs are coming on adolescent, but still we are lacking to mature ourselves. Our old ladies, we are really unable to do all those things. So think about our adolescents. So 11% of all births worldwide are to girls aged 15 to 19 years. And the majority are in low and middle income country. So think about them, because nobody has told them. Nobody has given any protection to them. So pregnancy is obvious. It will come. If we see the condition of our India, we will see that the 23% of population in India are adolescent, and half of the group is sexually active before marriage. Have you done any study? I don't know some college of nursing has done any study or not, but in our college we did a study, and really we are astonished. And the questionnaire was given to the students, and it was asked that whether you have experienced sex or not. Really, more than 50%, they have told yes, we have experienced. So think, fertility rate is high in adolescent and unsafe motherhood. So MMR and IMR also. Because low knowledge about the family planning methods and healthy sexuality. From where they are learning? Just Android phone they are opening, and all those sex pornos, everything is coming. They are learning, and they are not taking proper precaution. They don't know the healthy sexual life. For that reason they are going, and so when they are pregnant, going for unsafe abortion, and for that reason death is there. So 19.8% of women in age group of 15 to 19 are pregnant. Think, where are we? Specific fertility rate is also 107 per thousand. 59%, we did a study, and there we have seen that the 59% knows about the condom, use of condom, when to use, and exactly what to do with that. And 49% knows about the oral contraceptive pill. So think, 50% they know, 50% they don't know. So what will happen to those 50%? And contraceptive use among married adolescents who are married, only 15 to 19, only 7%, because the teenager pregnancy is coming due to that only. They don't know what to use and how to use and when to use. So only 7%. So young people make 50% of all new HIV cases. So think, so much training we are giving, but we are not thinking about that adolescent group. So we have to focus on that also. Why we are thinking about the adolescent health? Because major physical, psychological, behavioral changes are taking place. They are sexually mature, and their sexual activities onset has occurred, and development of adult mental process and adult identity, they are growing. They are responsible for healthy parenthood and great human resource for the society, because we tell now our Yuba Samaj, our youth, they are our power, they are our future. So we have to protect them, we have to make them healthier, so that we can think of a better future nation. So their growth part, their physical activity, menstruation is coming, so for the girls, and pregnancy. Think, all those things are really just putting pressure on us, that how can we think about the adolescent health? Why we are not thinking? Because really they are different from the adult group, because their needs are different. They are changing needs. Adults are having the permanent all they want, but adolescents, they are going through phases, so their needs are also changing. For that reason we have to focus on them. What is special about the adolescence? What makes it different from the childhood to adulthood? Because this is the time of rapid development, and not only that, the time in which new capacities are developed. They are now really, which they didn't have, so they are growing that capabilities. Not only that, a time of changing of social relationship, expectations, roles, responsibilities. So where are they? Whether in this group or in Brijka Udhar, that group. What to do? If they are going in any discussion with adults, they'll tell, hey, why are you joining in this family discussion? So you are not so much mature to join this discussion and to give your opinion. So again, when they are going to Bacha group, they tell you, Dada, you should not be here. No, we are playing in something else. So think, their roles and responsibilities are changing. So we have to place them anywhere. We have to put them in any group. For that reason, it is very much important. There are so many challenges, whether to study properly. Everybody is telling, study properly. You have to be doctor, you have to be engineer, you have to be a good nurse, you have to do the service. Someone is opening so many interesting things are there in mobile. So some adolescents, always they are on mobile. Some are listening music, always you see going or crossing the road with the music system in their and someone is in a just relationship with one lady. Someone is just making herself or himself interesting bodybuilder, and some girls, some boys are really going to be bad in this period, because they are attracted by the people and so many things. So they are going to the risky behavior. So these are the really challenges with them. Why should we invest the health and development of adolescents? Because of demographic rationale. Because we have to think that the 1.2 billion adolescents are there. So we have to just invest our all those focus on the adolescents. And not only that, public health rationale, because 2.6 million deaths among the 10 to 24 years age worldwide every year. 97% occur in low and middle income group. Still, how can I sit quietly? So another reason is the economic reason, because the benefits of investment on adolescents, if we tell them, if we teach them, if we take care, the burden of health, burden of disease, burden of risk will reduce. And the cost of not investing the adolescent, that is also economic rationale. If you don't focus on them, it will be the massacre, because all risky behaviors, the growth and development period. So all risky behaviors, they will adapt. They will take teenage pregnancy will come, they will die, and all infection and everything, accidents, suicidal tendency, everything. So think cost of not investing in the adolescent. So really our country will go down. For that reason, for the economical rationale also. Not only that, now it is human rights rationale. So Convention of the Rights of the Child, Article 24 is telling that right to the highest level of health possible to access the required health services. Article 17, it is telling that right to access appropriate information from the media and to be protected from harmful information. Article 13, it is telling that right to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas of all kinds. So we have to tell them it's their right, it's their, so we can't deny. And just adolescent and family life. In a family, what they want human relationship. They want a place inside your family, and they are developed. They have own values. They have own morals. They have own ethics. So family is a basic unit of society. You place them. You take care of him. You just take just you see the stage, and according to his stage only you place him or her in your family position, and you just allow them for decision making and problem solving. So career goals and planning, and you have to take care of the diet and fitness, because they don't like to have the time. No, I have some time also. So they have to take the nutritious diet, because nowadays adolescents are not liking to take the vegetables and fruits. So they are liking the non-veg items. So, but you have to take care of the health also. For that, you have to, family is responsible for their good health also. So nutrition has a very good role here, because during this adolescent period, the height increases nearly 20%, weight increases 25 to 50%, and almost 50% bone mass is accumulated by the end of second decade of life. So think, early adolescence is marked by rapid growth phase. Pivotal changes are there. So their nutrition requirement is high. Family has to take care of all those things. And not only that, all my nurses and healthcare providers, they have to go and just don't leave them. They are adolescents, so I don't want to tell. Talk to them, tell them what they are taking, take the history, and whenever you are getting any opportunity, tell them to get the good healthy nutrition. And of course, you have to take care of the mental health. That is the non-communicable diseases and mental health illness. This is a result in high level of medical, social, and economic burden. So most of the adult mental health disorders have their onset during their childhood or the adolescence. So why you are keeping all that group away? So the adolescent sexuality and sex education, thoughts, their feelings, their fantasies, their emotions, their desire, their language beside actions, their sexual behaviors are only part of it. I don't know how many of you, being a parents, you have told that yes, you can wait your trousers now. I don't know. Nobody has told. Few people, few educated people, I have seen that they have, because this is the high period, right thing they will come to know about the sexuality, about the changes. So self-awareness, personal relationship, human sexual development, all those things you have to discuss freely with your kids. And that is the total personality, attitudes towards being a man, relationship among numbers of same sex and opposite sex, what may happen. So you have to tell them and learn to respect their feelings, because to make them responsible decision and to communicate their desires and feelings, whom they will tell, you are the person, you have to ask him, he will not tell, you have to ask him or her, and you just try to provide help and try to take out what are he or she suffering from, so you will be able to help them. So counseling, you have to do the counseling, because age and development wise you have to do the counseling, because all variations are there. So adolescence is the period of exaggerated everything, so they need a counseling. Adolescents might require preventive and therapeutic counseling to address their mental health needs. So what are the health problems? Yes, I know that many adolescents move from childhood to adolescence in a good health, in a normal way. Few of them are going to different way. So for that few of them, we have to think, that is the nutritional adolescent problem, undernutrition, iron deficiency anemia. Yes, we have seen that the 40 to 80% our Indian lady are suffering from anemia. So if in the puberty period only we correct their anemia, so that they will not suffer from anemia, and the anemic antenatal mother also will not get, and will not get a premature baby also. Think everything is linked. So this is a problem. And not only that, obesity, some babies, really children are taking so much food, so obesity is there. Another is their eating disorder, that is bulimia nervosa, anorexia, they want to be slim only, right? Kareena Kapoor. So they don't, for that reason they suffer from the undernutrition also. So eating disorder, these are the nutritional problems. And reproductive problem means teenage pregnancy, we know it very well, that 16 to 19% of total pregnancy are teenage pregnancy. You know it very well. There are genital tract infection, preterm labor, intrauterine growth retardation, everything is there for the teenage pregnancy, even death. So, and abortion related problem. Not only that, the sexually transmitted diseases, HIV/AIDS, they don't know. If someone, boyfriend is calling, they are going. And we have seen every day in the newspaper now, gang rape and all those things. All the boyfriends, they are, on a boyfriend and his friends, they are doing the rape. See, HIV infection will be there. And so, and not only that, STD will, they will not be able to tell that a simple white discharge, it will be cured now. They are unable to tell, oh my goodness, from vagina something is secreting. How can I tell? This is a private area. There is a problem. What they will think about me, that my part is very bad. So they will not tell everyone. Think, so what will, all the sexually transmitted disease will come. So this is really a problem. If we see the mental health problems, we'll see that the depression, suicide, psychosis, mania, conduct disorder, anxiety disorder, and all behavioral problems are there, drug experimentation, substance abuse, and all the adolescent boys and girls, they are just experimenting with the cigarette also, and moving to the drugs slowly. And all risk behaviors, having night, roads and rash driving, all those things. So road traffic accidents are there now, and violence, bullying, all those things are mental health problems. Only we have to observe. You are under observation. So whenever anything abnormalities you are observing in your babies and your adolescents, so at early intervention we want, so that it will not aggravate. So social factors in our adolescent health, because parents' perception, awareness about adolescent plays major role in adolescent health. Really, here I will tell all my parents, you have to take care. You have to change your ideation, your conception, your way of talking, because you are the person, you can give the healthy things to your baby. And school dropouts, why his school not willing to go to school, what happened, what kind of support you have to do. Less female literacy, economically weaker society, usually they are just in everything they are weaker, not only economically but also if they are economically weaker, and all other things also come together. So health seeking behavior was neglected, and adolescents were not told whom to consult about their health problems. Really, it was problem for that reason. So how can we prevent? really we have come to know the significance of that, what kind of problems, what is going on. So what kind of preventions, what are the preventive strategy? Primary prevention, secondary prevention, tertiary prevention. For primary prevention, there must be some policies, some information, some education. Where we will get them? We have to educate them, because we know na, knowledge removes the ignorance. If I know just this is normal, and my penile discharge is normal, and my white discharge is suitable, if I know, then we'll ask treatment. If I don't know, so knowledge to be given, who will take the responsible? So my policies are there. So there are so many policies the government of India has also taken, and every state has taken so much. But it is really, I will tell that I went to our adolescent clinic also, but nobody is coming, because it is not that time friendly, because adolescents are going to school. My adolescent clinic are open during the daytime only. When my adolescent will go to the clinic, so they are unable to attend that clinic. So for that reason, education, where it will be available, when they want to need anything, who will tell them? And the secondary prevention, identification and reduction of risk. If I have told now again and again, early identification only can reduce the burden of the disease. Not only that, the reduction of the risk also. And tertiary, you have to keep the treatment and rehabilitation. So if any mental problem, all those things, we have to think the society, the family, society, and the country, all of us, we have to focus on them, and we have to try to rehabilitate them. So actually, what do adolescents need to grow and develop in good health? That are what they want. They want information. They want skills, because they are not skilled. They are skill developing. Another thing, they want safe and supportive environment where they live in an adult world. So from the adults, they want safe and support. Don't tell that. Being a bacha, how can you ask like that? My goodness, what a bad child. Not like that, because they need whom? They want safe support from the family, from the adults only. Health and counseling services, they need a safety net. Sometimes you will see some teachers are so close. They really, students, they are opening up to the teachers. So many teachers I know in our nursing also, we know. So many students, they are feeling free to their teachers, and they are coming and they are expressing what are the problems, their own problems. So like that only, we have to provide a safety net so that they can come and express their problems. Who needs to contribute in the meeting? They need at fulfilling these rights, because parents, brothers, sisters are just around my adolescent. Then just in a next round, relatives, friends, family friends, teachers, sports teachers, healthcare providers, religious leaders, traditional leaders, all are there in next sphere. Another sphere, thodi se dur, musicians, film stars, sports figures, all adolescents, they are following them only. So if they are giving any positive message, they will accept it. And in far away, politicians, journalists, and bureaucrats, they are also, they can contribute to the adolescent health. This is the sphere where the things are coming. So Government of India has taken so many preventive aspects, programs, health programs. I hope that you know about the Kishori Shakti Yojana and Balika Samriddhi Yojana and reproductive and child health program, adolescent friendly ARS, we tell, adolescent sexual health services, National AIDS Control Program. One by one, I am coming to it. So previously it was RMNCH, Reproductive Maternal and Child Health Program. But later on, plus A is attached to this strategy. Plus A means adolescent. Because you see, when they are children, they are under coverage. When they are mother, they are under coverage and baby mother coverage. What about my adolescent? That is the pre-pregnant state. So that plus A is for adolescent care. We have to pre-pregnant period also, we have to take care of them. They need counseling, they need teaching, they need education. For that reason, plus A is added. And because they need the nutrition, IV supplementation, facility-based reproductive services, and clinics are going on. I know it very well. I don't know, state to state it varies, because in our state, one program is going on, and in every state there are the nomenclature is different, but one program is going on. Information and counseling of sexual health, menstrual hygiene, and preventive health checkup. All those things we have to tell. Child health screening we have to do, and early intervention services we have to give. Okay, so these are the RMNC strategy. Adolescent nutrition and IFA supplement, everything is there. We know it. You know it very well that the Sakkar Bharat Abhijan, ICDS, all in all state, IFA is given to the adolescent to prevent the anemia. And WIPS program is there. WIPS means weekly iron and folic acid supplementation program. That is the adolescent class 6 to 12. We are there. It is given a 100 milligram FA and 500 milligram microgram. Screening tablet. Actually, we want that no anemia should be there. If we take care of their diet and their menstrual hygiene and their anemia, then maximum part will be corrected. Not only that, biannual deworming and prevention of worm infestation, we have to tell them. Services, what kind of services they will get from the adolescent clinic. Just if they will do the general examination, nutritional advice, just detect or treatment any anemia. If already they are pregnant, so where to go for MTP and what to do after that. If they are pregnant, antenatal care, reproductive tract infection, sexually transmitted infection, detection, treatment, HIV detection, everything, de-addiction, all those counseling services are given in the adolescent clinic. So we have to tell the adolescent that you have to attend the clinic. They don't know that this type of adolescent clinics are available for them. So another thing is the life skilled education, that is the sex education, which is given in the school only. So teaching through the participatory learning methods like games, role play, group discussions. I know in the community, going to the community, various type of programs we are organizing to educate them, all those life skill education, that is the sex education. What is the problem? Because it is to be given in the school. Teachers are also not free. Teachers are like us only, na parents. So they are not free. Anyhow, they are just completing the syllabus, that part. That is the problem. So many gaps are there. They are unable to ask their teachers clearly. Teachers are not free to tell about all those things, bad things. They are thinking that all those bad things, what they will know. Because if they know how sperm is coming and meeting the ovum and pregnancy is coming, so they will learn, they will try to prevent it. If they don't know how sperm is going, where they are meeting and what they are, have you asked them any day that they are thinking, only one day I had sex, can I be pregnant? Yes, they must know that one day, because the scientific manner we have to tell them. So these are the things to be taught at the school level, because critical and creative thinking, decision making, problem solving, all those things, how they will, so many problems they are with the friends, with their peer group they are facing. So they will go to that clinical, they will ask the service. Communication and interpersonal relationship. Here, teachers, they have to take responsibility. They have to tell them the full syllabus. Thinking about adolescent problem only, it is given in the school syllabus. That is the, first it was sex education था, बाद में तो ये life skill education हो गया, क्योंकि वो sex education sex अच्छा नहीं है. So for that reason, okay, teachers, maybe Anganwadi worker, ANMs are to be trained in counseling, and you have to tell them, you have to ask them in their local language. My goodness, when we heard, our just ears were red, because but later on we understood, yes, if we are unable to speak in their local language, So they will not be able to free so many things I went to observe in various sub-centers, and how people are peeping because if all people will go and she will come and tell her problem. So like that only. So we have to be free. There are scheme for menstrual hygiene also. Scheme promotes better and ensure just adequate knowledge and information about use of sanitary napkins, because previously the clothes were used and they are not washing it properly, they are not drying it in the sunlight, so there are infections. But nowadays most of them, I will tell that they are using the sanitary napkins, so the infection rate that is also reduced. So preventive health checkups, because just if there is any problem, so early identification, I have told, that is also to be done. So another program is there, Sabola, SABLA in our Bengal, and Sabola, and in our other states, SABLA, Sabla. So that is the Rajiv Gandhi scheme for empowerment of adolescent. In 200 selected districts it was taken. Actually, it is the self-development and empowerment of the young adolescents, improve their nutrition, health status, and awareness about the health hygiene and arts clinic and family child care, upgrade the home-based skill and vocational skill, all those things. So another program is, I told you, Kishori Shakti Yojana. That is the adolescent scheme being implemented. Here also, empowerment and unmarried people, BPL family, where they will go, school dropouts, take care of school dropouts, IFA supplementation, education. Scheme 1 was for 11 to 15, scheme 2 was for 11 to 18 years. So like that, some mandatory supplements also was given, because we have to provide support to our Kishori. Kishori means young adolescents. Another one was Balika Samriti Yojana. It was actually to change the negative family and community attitudes towards girl child. It was just to give some monetary support to improve an enrollment in retention of girl child in the school, increase the marriage age. In our West Bengal also, there are some programs are there. That is we are just keep giving them the scholarship when they are taking admission to the graduation course. So that is and during their marriage also, if it is during marriage years, then they are getting some incentive. So to assist the girl child to undertake the income generation activities also. Another program, you all know, that National AIDS Control Program. Yes, focus primarily on prevention through awareness, because NACP 2 it was the key policy initiative. So as they are the vulnerable group, to practice, to check, to see what is going on, to check their interest. So they are the vulnerable person for the HIV AIDS. So we have to take care. Adolescent education program, it was also there. Co-curricular adolescent education from 9 to 11, and life skill education, I have told, this is already in the school also. Okay, so teachers here, the educators and students, they have to learn, they will learn what to do. Another program is YUBA. YUBA means Youth Unite for Victory on AIDS. AIDS का program था, वो community and पूरा AIDS prepared country. For that reason it was there. So everything, so many programs just Government of India has taken, and other I will tell. And Red Ribbon Club was also there for that. So how can we address what should be the framework? World Bank framework was that first lens, we have to broaden our opportunities for the young people to develop skill and use them productively. Second lens was telling, helping them acquire the capabilities to make good decisions. Third lens were offering them second chance to recover from bad decisions. So first lens, second lens will really work, and third lens give them opportunity so that they can recover from the bad decisions. This was World Bank framework. WHO framework was 4S. Strategic information you give, supportive evidence informed policies you provide, service and commodities you provide, and fourth S is strengthen and offer, just strengthening and supporting other sectors. because alone you will not be able to do. Only health sector will not be able to cover everything, adolescent health problem. So this was WHO strategy. UNFPA framework was that supportive policy making and applies on the lens of the population, gender and life skill based sexual and reproductive health education, service, and young people's leadership and participation. This was UNFPA framework. So at the end, I want to tell that so many projects are taken, so many frameworks are working to focus the adolescent health. So, but from the beginning, from the family only, we have to start. We have to find out, we have to focus, we have to give them. 12th August is the day that is the International Youth Day. We have to celebrate. How can we celebrate? With dance, song, yes, with that, but that must be informative and tell them to tell their problems, because we are there to help them, to support them, to listen to them. And there are so many government services are there, services are available. We have to inform them, go and avail those services so that we can get a healthy adolescent group and who are really our future generation. If our future generation is healthy, then we can think of a developed nation. Thank you very much. If you have any queries, you can tell me. And last of all, I want to tell all is well. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for this informative talk. And now I request our participant to put any questions. If anybody is having any question regarding this section, you can write in the chat box also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, because nothing will be asked. What to them? We just
Yes,
responsibility as they are there. Okay.
I have one question.
Yes.
Can bulimia affect fertility?
Yes.
Can bulimia affect fertility?
Yes, of course. It has an effect. So that if it is there, so go and have treatment so that it will be normal.
Thank you, madam, for the clarification.
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Madam has nicely elaborated many things within a short period of time. She has discussed on different stages of adolescent period, their physiological and psychological changes according to age, adolescent sexuality, and the sexual growth in boys and girls differently. Also, ma'am has highlighted the adolescent health in India and in world, and their mental health, how they become healthy physically and mentally from their childhood, importance of counseling to avoid nutritional, reproductive, behavioral problems, and substance abuse. And lastly, ma'am has discussed on prevention of various adolescent health problems and different health program also. Thank you, madam. It is request to all the participants kindly fill the feedback form. It was already sent in the chat box. Now, I would like to call upon Ms. Sujata Sahu, Faculty of Nursing, to present the report of this 3 days of webinar. Over to you, Sujata.
A very good morning to one and all. I am Sujata Sahu, Faculty of Nursing College, Siksha Anusandhan deemed to be University, would like to present the reports of International E-Seminar, a 3 days international virtual seminar organized by some nursing college, SOA, deemed to be University. The International E-Seminar was inaugurated at SNC on 21st December 2020. At 9:15 a.m., the inauguration session was started with warm welcome address by Professor Dr. Prabhati Tripathi, Dean, some nursing college, SOA, deemed to be University, as convener of the event. Mrs. Devjani Nayak, Associate Professor, SNC, SOA, deemed to be University Organizing Secretary of the event, unfolded the theme, Women's Health, Prevention and Wellness, followed by keynote address by Professor Rajalakshmi Mishra, Principal, College of Nursing, Barampur, Odisha. Madam has highlighted on the aspect of lifespan transition, respect strategy for women, and inspire strategy for children. Dr. Professor Ashok Mahapatra, Vice Chancellor, Siksha Anusandhan, deemed to be University, chief guest of the event, addressed the participant with his valuable words, highlighted women's health during COVID-19 pandemic and how women can protect themselves by taking preventive measures. The inauguration session was ended with vote of thanks given by Mrs. Madhusmita Naik, Assistant Professor, Som Nursing College, Siksha Anusandhan, deemed to be University or co-organizing secretary of the event. The scientific session of the first day was started at 10 a.m. with the topic of adolescent health and unique developmental changes by Ms. Somini Prasanna, Registered Nurse, Advanced Health of Hospital, Orlando, Florida. In her session, Madam has explained about the stages of adolescence, what are the changes taking place during adolescence period, and elaborated principles of healthcare delivery of adolescence. The session was moderated by Mrs. Pratibha Khosla, Associate Professor, Som Nursing College, SOA, deemed to be University and advisor of the event. On the second day, that is 22nd December 2020, the scientific session started at 10 a.m. The first session was taken by Mrs. Asha Abraham, Advanced Clinician Registered Nurse, Sharp Mary Bridge Hospital for Women and Newborn, California, on the topic of preconception care and planned parenthood. Madam explained the importance of preconception care and planned parenthood. Under preconception care, Madam focused on preconception intervention for men like reproductive planning, contraception, genetic and behavioral history, etc. The second session was taken by Dr. Jiba Subramaniam, lecturer, Nimans and Bangalore. In her session, Madam explained about the importance of psychological well-being for women. Madam has also given many evidence on how women are more prevalent for mental illness than men. Hence, she calls for the importance for psychological well-being for women. The session was moderated by Mrs. D. Gomati, Associate Professor, Som Nursing College, Siksha Anusandhan, deemed to be University, and co-convener of the event. On third day, that is 23rd December 2020, the scientific session started at 10 a.m. The first session was taken by Dr. Basant Kumar Pati, Professor, Department of Obstetric and Gynecology, IMS and Som Hospital, Bhubaneswar, on the topic of approaches to preventing and managing adolescents' health and well-being. In his talk, Sir has very beautifully explained how women's health is important, explored the barriers for women's health, explained the pregnancy and childbirth complications are the leading cause of death among the adolescents, and told about the women's mental health issues, and also Sir elaborated what are the preventive measures should be taken for being well-being by the women. The second session was taken by Professor Dr. Smriti Mani, Principal, Government College of Nursing, Medical College, Kolkata, West Bengal. In her session, Madam has focused on the different programs run by the Government of India for strengthening the adolescents like Balika Samriddhi Yojana, Kisar Sati Yojana, Sabla, Scheme for Menstrual Hygiene, RMN's program, Red Ribbon Club, etc. Both the session of third day was moderated by Mrs. Khyanaprabha Behera, Assistant Professor, Som Nursing College, Siksha Anusandhan, deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar. In this international e-seminar, total participants attended were 392. It is my privilege to deliver a vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this virtual seminar success. On behalf of Som Nursing College, first of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Professor Ashok Mahapatra, Vice Chancellor, SOA, deemed to be University, and chief guest on the event to address the seminar. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Professor Rajalakshmi Mishra, Principal, College of Nursing, Barampur, Odisha, for giving us her precious time. I also express my heartfelt thanks to Madam Professor Dr. Prabhati Tripathi, convener, Madam P. Gamati as co-convener, Madam Devjani Naik as organizing secretary, Madam Madhusmita Naik as co-organizing secretary, and Madam Pratibha Khosla as advisor of the event for their continuous support and guidance for making this event successful. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Madam Somini Prasanna, registered nurse, Advent Health Hospital, Orlando, Florida, Madam Mrs. Asa Abraham, Advanced Clinical Registered Nurse, South Mary Bridge Hospital for Women and Newborn Hospital, California, Madam Dr. Jiva Subramaniam, Lecturer, Nimans, Bangalore, Sir Dr. Basant Kumar Pati, Professor, Department of Obstetrical and Gynecology, IMS and SOM Hospital, Bhubaneswar, and Madam Professor Dr. Smriti Mani, Principal, Government College of Nursing, Medical College, Kolkata, West Bengal, for taking their precious time out and consenting to be a research person on this international virtual seminar. Thank you, ma'am and sir, for making the excellent presentation and making it interesting and easy understanding. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Dean and all the staffs of IBCS for their continuous support and cooperation through providing technical support throughout the webinar. And last but not the least, I also give my heartfelt thanks to all the delegates from different parts of the globe for their active participation. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you all. There is one announcement. Those who have registered for 3 days international virtual seminar, please fill the feedback form which is given in the chat box for getting the certificate. Thank you all. Now, we are going to end this session. Have a good day. Have a nice day ahead.